still don't see what all the fuss was all about.
What the fuss was about is a traffic jam outside 3 miles long. That's not the only thing.
Look at this. $18. This is supposed to be $1,800?
No, come on. I mean, I knew that $5,000 had to be a typo for $50. I mean, nobody can spend $5,000 on a science fiction play. I just transferred the other $4,950 to the general budget.
But we've spent $700 on costumes already.
Hey, look. You want the equipment unloaded? I tucked a double parked outside. We want it. 5 minutes will give you a definite answer in the check, okay? 5 minutes, please?
Yeah. No wonder you never came to us for money. What did you do with the other $4,950? How soon can we get it back to pay for the stage equipment?
Well, I don't think we can get it back at all. You see, I used it to charter the airplane.
Airplane?
Well, sure. I mean, how else were all those LA fans supposed to get out here? I got a real good deal. A whole 747.
Eloise, get the rest of the committee together. We're having an emergency session right now. You two will have to get by on what's left. You can have the grand ballroom. We'll move the masquerade.
What kind of show can we do for $18?
What kind of equipment can we get for $18?
Look, Elaine, I got a great idea. Why don't we do your show? I'm feeling very generous all of a sudden.
Oh, I couldn't let you do that. We'll do your show. I insist.
No mics.
No lights.
No zero gravity field.
No silhouettes.
I will kill you.
Marble, get out of there. Marble! Listen to me. How many fans are coming and when are they getting here?
Well, they're here already. They got in this morning. 238 of them. That's them now. Listen.
Nine more! Nine more! Nine
Those don't sound like science fiction fans.
Well, they aren't exactly members of the con. A friend of mine told the line at the midnight show that there was a free flight out here, so about 200 of them came. The other 38 are real fans, though.
You mean we paid to fly 200 people here, and they aren't even members of the convention? You idiot!
Look, Elaine, you gotta do the show. You really should do that show.
Oh, no. You wanted to.
Hey, what's going on here? Come on, honey, this isn't like you.
This idiot just blew our budget on a charter flight from Los Angeles for 200 of his friends who aren't even fans.
They are too fans. He took our money.
Now we can't do the show.
National authority, you see what's in the cafeteria?
200 of them!
Freaks!
Marble, I want you to tell me now, calmly, what are those people in the cafeteria?
They're tearing up the tablecloth! Great Scott!
Great Scott!
What about Saturday night?
Well, don't worry about Saturday night. They brought piles and piles of costumes. They'll do a show for us. Sure they will. All we have to do is give them free memberships to the convention. There'll be no trouble at all.
What kind of
A Time Warp disco dance contest and toga party. It'll be great.
What's for lunch? Bingo! Not again!
Food fight!
Hey, stop that! You can't do that! Rocky Horror fan. You brought in 200 Rocky Horror fans!
Rocky Horror fans.
Have you any last words? Science fiction double feature. Dr. A will be...
The convention opens tomorrow. We don't have a program. We don't have any money. What can we do?
We could resign from the committee.
You get 12 hours. Let's see what kind of program we can put together.
I'm the Philip Jose Farmer Fan Club. Where are we scheduled to meet? Yes, PJ Farmer fans. Let's see. Oh, okay. You're in the steam tunnels under the kitchen. Oh, beautiful, the steam tunnels. They're dark and warm and wet. Thank you, thank you!
Are you sure that you could put together a program in 12 hours? That there are conventions that take months and years, and they can't put together a program.
Oh, I'm sure we can do it. I've had lots of experience with NESFA. NESFA? What's NESFA? The Northeastern Science Fiction Fannish Authority. We do all kinds of big projects.
Like the bibliography project, the complete works of Dr. Alex Asimov.
At 210 pages and counting. And we're going to do a complete list for every author who ever had anything published in a recognized science fiction magazine or anthology ever since 1926. And when that's done, we'll do an index covering every fanzine ever printed, with cross-references for letter columns. Convention should be easy. They just run a little faster than story titles, that's all. Oh, Dr. Senior? Dr. Senior?
Yes, my dear, what is it?
Well, we're having a little trouble with the Hugo banquet. We need a toastmaster and barbecue arranged for one. Help me, Dr. Senior. You're my only hope.
Well, I do have the experience, but are you sure you want me? After all, I've been Toastmaster so many times, at so many conventions. The Hugo is fandom's compliment to every work that's excellent. Each author holds the Hugo's dear, and I expect one every year. Since only the Toastmaster, and up at the mic my brains I start to think of cute stories to introduce the winners for whom I have no use. A happy situation, for I'm witty and thoughtful and seldom bore. A happy situation, for he's witty and thoughtful and seldom bore. But though this compliment from you provides me with some small ego boo, it might make me wonder, and I do, what the vanished world is coming to. I write a lot and I write quite well, and the stuff I even manage to sell. But alas, somehow I have never scored, I have never won the Hugo Award. A fine preoccupation for a popular author and editor. A fine preoccupation for a popular author and editor. They come to me to get the awards, then take it home to have it stored. And on the dais I stand all night, giving out Hugos to left and right. With one for her and one for me, and one, of course, for Killing Breeze, and one for Harlan, or two, or three, but never, oh never, a one for me. A dreadful situation for a writer who's given to keeping score. A dreadful situation for a writer who's given to keeping score.
But you will be our Toastmaster. Please?
Why, of course, my dear. I didn't come to this convention for any mushy stuff. I get along swell without any women at all. Let's have more science and less females.
Well, we have Toastmaster. We seem to have the Hugos. Do we have a banquet?
Barbara forgot to order one. But I've talked to the people who are running the alien cooking contest.
First, catch your alien.
And they promised they'll whip up something.
Whip up something? Someone? Who? Should it be whom? I volunteer.
That's what's wrong with modern science fiction.
Oh, Mr. Princeton, we wanted to talk to you about the panels you're on.
That's Dr. Princeton, Ph.D., E.E., K.C.G.M.
Dr. Princeton, our late program director failed to schedule a panel on women in SF, and we just couldn't have a Worldcon without a panel on women in SF. We really are desperate. Well, no, I didn't mean it that way. But would you please be on the panel?
Well, that's silly. Why would a car need a panel on women in SF?
Oh, you can't drop that panel. It's a fannish tradition.
In every Worldcon held since 1962 on women in SF, a panel you must do. Who in SF must scramble for a living, crack and break for stories, having night and day of starships and girls, of monsters and of men, in hopes the publishers will pay. The writers, tradition, the writers, tradition.
Think about the golden age of magazines, of helpless blondes and pirate queens. Women didn't matter in important scenes. They're making trouble or there is no way.
to help you out. Now, do you have a moderator? And who are the other panelists? Certainly I can act as moderator, and I'll even supply the other panelists. There's my friend Freddie Todd back there, and good old Ned Deadwood. He can talk about anything. Yes, the youth viewpoint. Dwight, you're elected. This is your big chance.
There aren't any women on that panel.
My dear, after all, one does not have to be a murderer to write a mystery story. Now, I intend to open the discussion by reading a few chapters from my recent bestseller, Beelzebub's Blowtorch. Yes, our recent bestseller. Now, this chapter illustrates especially well the emotional attitudes of the female in a modern science fiction situation. And please don't feel that this portrayal is in any way offensive to women. I happen to be very fond of women. I even married one.
The giant swarm of comets was heading straight for Earth. First, it was millions of miles away. Then it was thousands of miles away. Then it was hundreds of miles away. Then...
happen to have my manuscript with me. Civilization is destroyed. Millions perish in the flood waters. The hero and his girl reach sanctuary in an abandoned army field kitchen on the side of a mountain in California. Refugees come to join them as word spreads of the hero's great abilities. He becomes their acknowledged leader. He sets up a self-defense organization to protect survivors from looters and bandits. The girl watches his triumphs, glad to be merely a part of his life. She is able to help him by preparing nutritious meals for the pathetic refugees. Using only nuts and berries in her own inborn cooking ability, she loves her new life. She is fulfilled. Suddenly, secondary earthquakes erupt all over the ravaged earth. Los Angeles sinks into the Pacific. The entire East Coast sinks into a huge trench. Africa sinks. Australia sinks. Asia sinks. Hawaii sinks. Yes, everything but the kitchen sinks.
Why did you ask him to do that panel? Don't you know about him?
Hey, the index is only up to B. I haven't read any of this guy's stuff.
Well, ladies, how are things shaping up for you?
Well, we have the Hugo banquet. And Huckster can take care of themselves. All we need is big Saturday night event and Harlan announcing he's quitting SF.
Well, if you want a Saturday night event, you'll have to get someone else to do it. We can, not for $18.
But you don't have to worry about Harlan. He's planning on giving his resignation speech at the Starving Fantasy Writers of America luncheon.
And this year, Robert Silverberg and Barry Malzberg are going to get up there and quit with him.
Again? This genre we know we'll be leaving. You will miss our sharp wit and bright side. For we're all too sore big in the mainstream. We were just in SF for a while. I wrote astronaut tales by the hundreds, with a hero as mad as could be. But I get no respect out of fandom. No more that science fiction for me. I wrote Dying Inside and you snubbed it. Son of Man out of print totally. You'll be sorry you didn't buy Nightwings. No more damn science fiction for me. SF writers are whiners and losers. I told Sid to go climb a tree. Now I ride with clean hands and composure. No more damn science fiction for me. I write stories of psychos and killers. I get rich doing scripts for TV. I just crank out more stories for Playboy. No more damn science fiction for me.
I just want to announce that I'm not leading science fiction, even if I did get a raw deal on my last book. Oh, yes, our last book. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Right, Face?
What's he so sore about?
Well, that book didn't do nearly as well as he hoped it would.
Eddie and Freddie were awful. Both of them thought they could write. Spent a bottle one morning, sat a drinking into the night, said let's write a book. And let's make it long. Well, Freddie got out the typewriter. Eddie got out some more drinks. Eddie got out the plot light outline. Freddie read it and he said it stinks, but it's sure to sell. So we'll make it long. Well, Eddie said, put in some sex scenes. Eddie said, call a nice space. Then Freddie said, put in some women. Eddie said, if they know their place, they can join our book. And help make it long. Well, Eddie and Freddie got published. They got on the bestseller list. Didn't get voted a Hugo. Oh, our heroes, they were surely pissed. Said them fans is creeps. And their hair's too long. Said the fans is creeps. And their hair's too long. Come on, kid.
You know, there's something about that young man. Dwight is his name? I feel I should know him somehow. hope he shapes up before someone shuts him up.
Well, you used to act that way. Remember those letters? And you grew up, didn't you?
Doom! Doom! Doom and disaster! Doom!
Now what's wrong?
Fringe fans! The function rooms are packed full of fringe fans! Look!
Trekkies, fatties, sign fans, crate fans, Space 1999 fans!
350 comic dealers, videotape dealers, 8 fans,
Lizard fans, chainmail fans, Panther Blitz war game fans, dragons,
Objectivist, elves, a white goddess,
The Elric of Melnibone lookalike contest. An equal opportunity employer.
English teachers, Quark fans, 3 Dungeon and Dragon expeditions,
And 63 clones of...
Elvis? Well, why not? What's wrong with this?
But where are we going to put the real fans?
We have the Hugo banquet and the panel. Besides, just about everybody's here already. This is the age of specialization, after all.
Here we are, the contingent of true fans, last of a vanishing species. Where's the beer?
That's Adam Mimeo, and Boris J. Tucker of Watseka, Illinois. Eloise and Roger, the con committee, and that's Helmut of Boskone.
Helmut, speaker for Boskone? I've read all your books.
Oh, somebody remembers me. Oh, well,
how was the trip?
you had to ask.
Well, we left Watseka in the old Chevy van. We got a monster and 12 exciting plans. The taillight's going all right, but there ain't a copy sight. 6 days on the road, we're gonna do the con tonight. We got 1 volunteer and a she-wash over dry. Spending half our cash just to keep this beast alive. Oh, headlights are all right. The garage all shut up tight. 6 days on the road, we're getting to the con tonight. Well, the race just started and things can't get much worse. Just lost a muffler to the terrible Breezewood curse. Well, really quite a sight. Dropping tailpipes left and right. 6 days on the road and we're getting to the con tonight. 6 days on the road and we're getting to the con tonight.
Quite a trip. How's the con shaping up?
Well, that depends what you plan to do here.
Oh, the usual. Hit the huckster's room.
All comic books and movie posters.
Maybe drop in at the art show.
That's on Monday afternoon in the kitchen.
Any good movies?
32 Hercules movies, and of course, non-stop Iraqi horror picture show.
Seen 'em. Too bad. Who's the guest of honor?
Eddie Princeton.
Forget it.
Get the women in SF panel too, then, if you can.
If you say so. Hey, didn't the flyers say something about a new fannish musical?
The new musical has been canceled. Unless we can get someone to do a big musical show for free. You know what the Saturday night entertainment is? The Rocky Horror, Time Warp, Disco Dance, Marathon, and Transylvanian Transvestite Costume Contest.
I'd rather sit around and watch index freaks teach computers how to alphabetize.
That's it!
That's right. He keeps following me around. I can't shake him. And I can't remember where I've seen that face before.
So, Dr. Asimov, do you know who I am?
No. Go away. What do you want?
Remember your last research project 17 years ago? That tissue sample from your typing finger. You thought you could put it, me, into an incubator and forget it. Ha! After all these years.
Oh, horrible! Too horrible! He's just like I was! Help me!
That's an ancient fannish defensive shield. One of the lost secrets of the cosmic circle. Though it looks like ordinary lime jello, it is not. There's no way he could possibly break through that.
Let me in! You can't stop me! Only the gods themselves could stop me! Let me in!
That's you, Dr. Ray. That's your misspent youth. Come back to have its revenge.
Us He-Man won't stand for this!
Impossible! That shield is 26 inches of solid pearl shampoo!
That monster is drawing huge reserves of energy from the fannish collective unconscious. It can break through anything.
Monsters from the inn!
Stop it, Dr. Asimov. Can't you do something?
No! My evil self is at that door, and I have no power to stop it!
Stop! I command you! That man is what you will grow up to be.
You mean I'm gonna turn out to be like that?
Yes, if you're lucky.
Oh no!
Seems to me there ought to be a robot in here someplace.
Well, what about the fannish programming? There's no room for the fannish programming.
Well, as long as there are fannish parties, we don't care about the programming.
And I've got the programmers. NESFA